Presenting Father Maguire, the fat chap in a flat cap. Viewer discretion is advised. Some of what you are about to see may shock you. It may astound you. You may want to see more. Fasten your seatbelts. This could get bumpy. Filmed in Technicolor. Good afternoon. It is I, Father Maguire. It's Thursday the 20th of January. I haven't done a video since last week. I'm not sure where I got up to, but I'm pretty sure I mentioned about the ridiculous email that I got from one of my previous tutors on the course that I've been doing. I'm not sure if I mentioned about getting a phone call back because I put a complaints email in. Well, I did get a phone call back from the head of quality who was talking about it, and she took my complaint very seriously. So anyway, she told me that she would be calling me back on Thursday last week, which would have been the 13th of January, and she did. I wasn't expecting it actually, because nowadays it's hard to tell, when somebody says they're going to do something if they're actually going to do it. But anyway, she rang me back last Thursday to tell me that there was some good news, and immediately in the back of my mind, alarm bells were ringing, and I'm thinking some good news doesn't mean what I want. And she said I won't need to do the discussion where I've got to go back and cover 2 areas, although the other 9 things she'd be happy to work with me through to do them. And I said no. At this point, I've spoken to other people, my family, about this. One person in particular, my mum actually, and I sort of said, look, I'm adamant about this. That it's not relevant towards what I want from this course. I'm not doing it. I haven't got a problem doing it, and I'm sure I'd be able to on the first attempt, turn it round so that everything was suitable. But I'm not. It's 2 months ago. At the moment, I'm doing a HGV course. This week, I started it. Last week I started it, and I've finished all the questions. And my tutor's come back to me and said, "Can you please go back and look at these again because we need more information on this, this, and this." I've got no problem at all going back and doing what she wants me to do because everything on this course is relevant towards driving a HGV. So anyway, let me go back. So she rang on Thursday last week and she told me this, and I said no. I said I'm not doing it. And then she said, well, I'll need to make some more phone calls. I'll ring you back on Monday, which would have been this Monday just gone. So then about an hour after she rang me, I got an email from a guy who's an administrator at the training school telling me to log on to this link on the D4 Drivers website and find myself a slot for a medical. So, it worked at some point because I did tell her on that day that it was taking too long to get the medical and the theory test booked. This 12-week thing is now taking 6 months. It's just ridiculous. So, yeah, I went on the D4 Drivers website, found myself a suitable date and time, went back to the administrator, let him know when it was. He emailed me back saying he needed to get confirmation from somebody above him to say it was all right to do it. And then he emailed again a short time later saying it's booked. So, bingo. I have a medical booked a week on Saturday, which is the 29th at 10 o'clock. I'm not going to say where, because I don't want my fans crowding me while I'm doing it. But yeah, so I got my medical booked, and also on that same day, on that Thursday, they gave me access to a website where you can train for your theory test, your hazard perception test, and your case study test, which is separate to those two. From watching somebody's video, I can see that the theory test and the hazard perception you pretty much do on the same day. But if you have to book the other one, the case study one separate, you might have to sit and wait for an hour or something after these two in the same place to do that one. So I'm not quite sure, because I've never done one of these case study tests before, and the theory test is a lot more involved than it was when I did my motorcycle or my car. There's like 100 questions, you've got to get 85 right, then you've got to get your hazard perception right, and then I think there's 7 different case studies, 6 of which you get 15 questions, and one you might, I don't know how many you get, but I'm slowly working my way through it. I'm passing the theory test one. I've gone through each category bit by bit to learn. The things that I'm a little bit shy on knowledge wise at the minute are limits, like how high your vehicle has to be before you need to put markers on because it's above a certain height. I'll get around to doing it. I will, because I'm doing a bit every day. Like I did another practice theory test today, which I passed. But I'll need to go. It's quite good because it goes into detail, tells you which sections that you didn't get your questions right in, so I'll know what to focus on when I'm doing more revision, because I want to be getting into the 90s. I've done it. I didn't get 90 today. I think I got 87, and you need 85. Well, that's a bit too close for comfort for my liking. So I want to be into the 90s every time I do it. 95 ideally, because then I really have got a very good knowledge of it, and I'll be a lot happier and comfier knowing that I'll go there and hopefully do the right thing. Hazard perception, I need to look that up as well, because I'm not sure when I need to be clicking. I know there's a few videos about, but again, I've got plenty of time, because on my time scale now, folks, right? So I've done all the online stuff as long as my tutor's happy with the reworking that I've done. I've done all that. So I've got my medical a week on Saturday. And then when I've done that and hopefully pass, I can't see any reason why I wouldn't pass, actually. I have to send my license off with the 2 forms. There's a D4 form, which is the one that the doctor fills in, and my D2 form, which I fill in with details. I send those off with my driving license to get the C plus, or C1, C plus E added to it. So then they become provisional on my license. When I get that back, I tell the school that I've got my license back with those on it, and they can then look. Apparently what they do is they go onto that same website I use to practice and see if they think I'm good enough to actually go for it to pass. So hopefully they don't muck me about with that and say, oh, I think you need another 4 weeks. It's like, I can't be doing with this, honestly. I know that even if I only get 2 weeks notice after I get my license back, I'm going to be ready for that theory test. Oh, by God, I'm going to be ready, because I've been waiting for this for so long. So, time scale, it's a week on Saturday. It's like, 9 days away from now, my medical. 2 weeks to get my license back. Tell them at least another 2 weeks before a theory test is date is found, at least, I would think. And they'll probably ask me again to go and do it at the Pearson Centre. I know there's one in Lincoln, because I did my motorcycle theory test at the Pearson Centre. I don't want to go to Nottingham. Nothing against Nottingham, I just don't know it. I know Lincoln because I'm born and bred there. I know it like the back of my hand, pretty much. So I know where I need to be going in Lincoln. But Nottingham, I'd have to look for car parks, and it stressed me out a lot, because it's a new place, and I don't need that when I'm going to do something like a theory test. I need to be able to think, right, I'll go there, I'll park there, it'll be a 10-minute walk to here, and then, I just sit and relax, and this is how I need to be on the day. I just need to be completely chilled out. It's a test, sit and focus on what I'm doing, and get it done. So things are moving on, folks. Eventually, finally, moving on. I can't wait to get it all done now. I've looked, obviously the practical side of things is going to be quite a way off. I mean, when the lady who's the relationship manager rang me, it would be 2 weeks tomorrow ago, and said, you'll be in a lorry by the end of January. I was like, no chance. Not a chance in hell. And because of course my reaction was, oh, brilliant, you know, I can't wait, I'm looking forward to it. And then I'm thinking, absolutely no way am I going to be in a lorry by the end of January, even practicing, you know, and it's just not going to happen because it's proofs in the pudding, you know. My medical's booked on the 29th of January, and it takes 2 weeks for your license to come back. So she probably didn't know what she was saying. I think she was just trying to, you know, um, make me happy, which it did at the time. And then as soon as I put the phone down, I thought, end of January? It's like the second week of January now. How am I going to? Oh, anyway, yeah. So you know, it's good in that respect. It's a shame that I had to complain to get things moving on. I'm not sure if what I said to her last Thursday had anything to do with the administrator coming forward with, yeah, you know, go and find yourself a date and a time suitable for you to go and do your medical. Um, and then you know, start practicing your theory test, which is what I've been doing. I finished Thursday last week. I finished doing the coursework, and my tutor come back to me Tuesday, was it? No, I think it was Monday actually. Yeah, Monday afternoon, and I didn't see it till gone 6 o'clock. So I didn't do any of the work she said I needed to do, and it still took me a good three hours at least to do what she wanted me to do. Because one question we couldn't do in particular because the link that was there was broken. Well, she opened that up, and I could not believe the amount of information that they want. And I'll be honest, folks, it's an eye opener. It really is an eye opener what lorry drivers need to know to do the job. It, I'm absolutely amazed at the pure amount of information is staggering. It honestly is, because that one question that I couldn't do originally because the link was broken took me 2 hours to type it up on a Word document to then copy and paste into, you know, the actual online study material for her to then mark. And I don't know if, in fact, I don't even know if she's come back to me about that yet. Whether she's happy with it or not. I think she said she was going to look at it yesterday. But no, I've not had any more emails, so she's probably not got around to marking it yet. Just have a quick check on here and see if she's made it 100% and just not said anything yet. She's run out of time. 97% it's at now, so I'm just going to have a quick look and see if there's any red crosses. No, there isn't. There's no red crosses. I'm at 97%, and she has ticked everything apart from the bits at the bottom, which is the practical observation upload. So basically, what happens now, because everything, so I have done it, everything's finished. She's been happy with it, and she's marked me off that it's done. What she did tell me was the tutors keep in touch, even through me doing my theory test. At any time, I can ring them and say, I've got a problem with this. Can you help me with this? And they're there, you know, any day, any time, pretty much, unless they're doing an induction or something with people online. They always answer their phones. And she said that she'll be in touch with me before the theory. We'll speak, you know, on the day of the theory to make sure I'm happy with everything, and then after the theory to find out how it went, and then she'll be in touch before I do the practical. And as long as they're happy with, you know, what is coming back from the driving school to see me driving, they'll mark that off. And that last part, that 3% that was not marked there, is to do with her observations of what I've been doing on the theory, on the practical, um, and basically, you know, for me to sign it off saying I'm happy that, you know, she's done her job and all the rest of it. So it's all good. But yeah, I mean, I'm happy to report I'm a lot happier than I was in my last video. Much happier, because things have moved on. I've finished that part of the course now. There is literally nothing more that I need to be doing study wise with the school apart from the theory test, which, you know, is sort of like not really anything to do with them. It's to do with the Pearson's training centres. So yeah, what else have I been doing? I've started to do a bit more baking. I've been out today. I went to Aldi's and bought a few more ingredients. I'm planning on doing a chocolate cake for my mum. Don't tell her. It's a surprise. I'm going to take it around just for being my mum. I'm not having any because I mean, it's the calories in it alone. One slice will, I'll be bouncing off the walls after one slice of this chocolate cake. But I've been and bought the ingredients today, so anyone that does know my mum that's watching this, for God's sake, don't say anything, please, because I'm not even telling her. I'm not even going to take a picture and post it on Facebook until I've actually taken it to her as a surprise. So it's for her and Melvin, really, and anyone else that goes round, like, some of my family members, my Auntie Loretta or whatever, will go around at some point, see me mum and my sister and that, so they can all have a bit. Because it's going to be 9 inches, and it's going to be double, what's it going to be? It'd be about 2 inches. Then there's going to be another layer. So it's two layers of 9 inches of chocolate cake. Then there's going to be double whipped cream on the inside. And then I'm going to be drizzling chocolate spread across the top and mixed chopped nuts, which I think they're peanuts, hazelnuts, and maybe walnuts across the top as a topping. I've done one before a long time ago. It weighs, I can't tell you how much it weighs. There must be 3 or 4 pounds in this cake alone. And that's what I'm going to start doing this afternoon. Actually, I've been out to get the ingredients. I've got to go and walk George shortly. I always take him for his walk about this time, and he's fine. He's bing bong. He's actually started sitting and sleeping on his bed. Now he has 2 beds. He's got a little bed in the kitchen that he sleeps on when I go out, and there's this massive bed that I bought before I got him because I wasn't sure how big he was going to be. And I've had it laid in the lounge for 3 weeks, and he's not touched it. He always sits on this windowsill here in the day, jumps up on this chair, and sits in that windowsill. But recently, I think he's finally realised that that bed is his, so he's laying in that now, and he does for the most of the evening before I go to bed. To be honest, right, I'm waffling. You don't really need to know this. I do appreciate the people that do watch my videos. I'm getting an average of 30 views now for each one, which is fantastic. Thank you ever so much for the support, folks. For the people that have subscribed and give me a thumbs up as well, I do appreciate that. Getting the thumbs up is important because it shows that people like the videos. If you don't like the videos, you can give us a thumbs down. It's part and parcel of, like or dislike. But also, if you don't, put something in the comments. Let me know why. Even if you like it, let me know why. What do you like about it? That'd be great. All my social media will come at the end of this video on my outro. Yes, that I professionally put together. Not at all, actually. Not at all. I'm not very good at video editing, but I have put that intro and the outro together just to make you laugh. Somewhat for a bit of a giggle. So, folks, for the time being, I'm going to sign off. I've done 17 minutes according to this, which is longer than I normally do. And probably 2 or 3 minutes of that's been me talking about crap. So, thank you very much for being here. I do appreciate it. Please don't forget, if you haven't subscribed already, do it that subscribe button. Do it that thumbs up button. It means so much to me. And I'll be back for another video in about a week's time, I would imagine. You never know, I might actually wait until I've done the medical a week on Saturday, which is only 9 days away, and then let you know how it went, because it's a new thing for me. I've never done a medical before. I might even do a little bit of a video of me going to and from it in the car, just as something a bit different for you. So thank you very much, folks. Love you all. Appreciate your time and being here to watch, and I'll speak to you all again soon. Take care for now. Father Maguire out.